Hey, folks, welcome to the Beans and Dice Podcast, a podcast about
How
how we
we
game.
game.
I'm Rob,
I'm Emmy.
I'm Arby.
and today we're playing Architects of the West Kingdom. Architects of the West Kingdom is a game designed by Shem Phillips and S.J. McDonald, illustrated by the Miko. In Architects of the West Kingdom, it's a classic, I would say, worker placement game. I'm going to read just a little bit of flavor text here at the beginning of the manual. We're going to play all the way through the game. We are playing with the variable setup, so we're using the backsides of the non-starter people, and they're going to give us some starting resources, some starting things up on the board, so it makes the game a little more jumping right into it. But the introduction here, Architects of the West Kingdom, is set in the Carolingian Empire, circa 850 AD. As royal architects, players compete to impress the king and maintain their noble status by constructing various landmarks throughout his newly appointed domain. Players will need to collect raw materials, hire apprentices, and keep a watchful eye on their workforce. These are treacherous times. Rival architects will stop at nothing to slow your progress. Will you remain virtuous or be found in the company of thieves and black marketers? Aim of the game. The aim of the game of Architects of the West Kingdom is to be the player with the most victory points at the game's end. Points are gained by constructing various buildings, advancing work on the cathedral. Throughout the game, players will need to make a lot of moral decisions. However, only at game's end will their virtue be judged. A few underhanded deals here and there might not seem like much, but fall too far and you will be punished. The game ends once a set number of constructions have been completed. In today's play, we're not going to go into a teach. We're not going to teach the whole game. We're just basically going to jump in. We'll explain early in the game as we're taking the different actions what we're doing. But just a couple of quick concepts. The timer for the game. Actually, let's go ahead and go to the game board. The timer for the game is up here. There's what's called the Guild Hall, and this scales depending on the number of players, 3, 4, or 5. We're playing a 3-player game today, so as we build at the Guild Hall, we'll be placing our player meeples up here on the board. And once we hit the 3 plus number, we'll jump down to the next line. And once these 4 are filled, it will trigger the last turn of the game, and it'll go around and we'll all have one last turn. Because player order is determined by your starting spot on the virtue track, RB is going to be our first player. And we're just going to go around and tell you real quick what our starting stuff is.
Yep. So I'm playing the purple character Ada, and I start with my game rule is that I have one less tax as I play throughout the game. So anytime I do an action that requires paying tax, I pay one less. We all start with all of our meeples at the beginning of the game, and I start with no people in prison, no money, and then 11 on the virtue track, and then I start with 1 building card and 1 gold resource.
So we did already, just real quick, we already did our draft. So this game starts with a draft of 4 cards, building cards off the top of the deck. You keep one, pass to the left, keep one, pass to the left. You keep a third one, and then the fourth one actually gets discarded out. So we all normally would start with 3 building cards. RB's player allows him to draw 1 extra, so he'll start with 4 in his hand, and then the 1 gold.
For me, I'm playing the yellow character, Rudolph. I start with 0 people in jail, 3 coins, 9 on the virtue track, and a wood. My ability is that I pay 1 less of the money that goes to the bank, not taxed money, just regular money, when getting a new apprentice card, and I can hold up to 6 instead of the typical 5.
Normally you can only have 5 apprentice cards out in your display, but Rudolph can hold a 6th. I'm playing Therese. Therese, I guess, is the darkest of the 4, the underhandedest, slipperiest. She's going to start with 4 people in prison, so 4 of my starting 20 workers are going to start out over in jail. I start with 5 money. I think that's the most money of anybody, so that's good. I start with 5 on the virtue track, which is actually down here kind of towards the bottom. And then I also started by being able to draw 1 additional building card, so I start with 4 in hand. And then my ability throughout the game is I can use gold and marble interchangeably. Whenever I'm paying for something, if it costs gold and I have marble, I can pay that, or vice versa. So we're going to pretty much jump straight into the game. Again, we're going to talk about the things we do as we take the actions. But just a couple of quick things here. The virtue track is going to be important. We're going to move up and down this track. At the end of the game, it's going to give you either positive or negative points depending on how high you are on the virtue track. It also, if you're up at the top end, you will not be able to visit the black market. So there's this point that it cuts off that if you go too high, you're too virtuous and you can't go and do the underhanded things in the black market. As well as if you go too low on the track, you will not be able to build in the cathedral, which is a little bit of a race mechanic here on that part of the board. And you also pay less taxes if you do an action that requires taxes. But, well, Arby's going to lead us off. So, Arby, go ahead and jump in, take our first turn.
Yep. All right, I'm going to start off by going to the silversmith to make some money, so I get 2 silver.
But the silversmith, for every worker you have there, you're going to gain 1 gold, 1 coin, 1 silver automatically, plus an additional silver for every worker you have there.
I'm going to go to the forest, and you get 1 per person you have there, so I will get 1.
Yep, 1 for 1. I will start off by going... Gosh, I'm thinking I might just go a little deeper into this whole black market thing since I'm already down there. Yeah, let's go over and jump over there. Since I start with some money, I'm going to pay 3 money and lose a reputation. So I'm going to immediately slide down into that not building on the cathedral track. And I'm going to take, this is what's called the large black market space. Right now it offers up 2 marble. And it's going to also give me a stone and a wood. That's my turn. Arby?
Alrighty, I am going to head over to the quarry and collect a stone.
I'm going to go up here and collect to the mines and collect 2 clay, because it's 1 and then plus every person you have, so it's 1 for going there and another 1 for having 1 person there.
Yeah, where Arby went in the quarry, also it's just 1 per. I'm going to come up here also to the mine, and I'm going to take again 1 and then 1 for every worker I have there, so that'll be 2 clay for me.
Alrighty, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take a second visit to the silversmith and collect 3 silver this time.
3 this time, 1 more for 1 additional worker there. Okay.
I'm going to go back up to the mines, and since I now have 2 people there, I'm going to collect a gold.
I also am going to the mines again, but I'm not going to go gold. I'm going to keep taking the clay. So I've got 2 people there, plus an additional gets me 3 clay this turn. So I'm up to 5 clay in my coffers here.
Alrighty, and then I'm going to move my way down to the workshop. So the workshop allows you to do 2 different actions. Either you can come up to this section of cards that are face up and collect an apprentice for paying 2 to the tax and 2 to the bank. Or you can collect business cards, 1 plus
Building
1 for
cards.
every...
Building cards,
Building
yep.
cards, yeah. 1 plus 1 for every 2 people you have there. So since I only have 1, I'm going to go ahead and go to the workshop. And I'm going to pay 1 tax and 2 to the bank because of my special ability. And I'm going to go ahead and collect the stone cutter at the beginning here.
When you take those, you slide those cards down. So with 1 there, again, there's a 1 column. You can take either one of these for free. You could go beyond that by placing a silver on the row that you chose for each one that you want to skip. But if you take one of the first 2 with 1 there, you're good. Once you have 2, you can take either the first or the second. 3 up to the third, and 4 any one up there in the display. So
I'm going to go ahead and go up here to the guild hall.
First guild hall action. So the guild hall allows you to do one of 2 things. You can either build, if you can pay the resources, a building card, one of these green cards from your hand, or you can work on the cathedral. And the cathedral is a bit of a race, but each level of the cathedral you have to pay certain things to be able to move up, and there's going to be victory points at the end of the cathedral, and when you build in the cathedral, you also will get a rewards card that'll give you some other benefits.
So I'm going to pay a gold and a card to move up 1 on the cathedral track, and I'll pull this card, which gives me 3 money and a bump on the virtue track.
Rewards card is 3 money, again, and 1 bump on virtue. So here's your money and your virtue. You're the yellow.
Yep.
Going up to 10. So you both cannot visit the black market right now, so I got that cornered.
That is true.
For myself, I am going to go visit the forest. Yes, I'm going to go to the forest. I'm trying to remember how I got this 1 wood that I have here.
You went to...
When you went down here.
Oh, sorry.
yes,
Yes,
the
good.
black market,
The black
actually.
market.
Yeah.
Yep, good. Okay. Make sure I didn't do something wrong.
I am also going to be heading over to the
Ooh,
guild hall.
Guild Hall. Second one.
And I will be also building in the cathedral, so I spend 1 card and 1 gold.
Yeah, I'm
Which
blocked
will
out of
then
that
make
right
me draw
now.
a card here, which will give me 2 virtue.
Up 2 virtue on that rewards card, so you're going to get 2 bumps for the purple, which moves you up to 13. The virtue track maxes out at 14. If you get any bumps beyond that, any additional virtue, for every one you do, the game has these cards called debt cards. And if you have a debt card and you take a bump at the top of the track, you get to discard one of the debt cards. There's also a mechanic in the game for paying them off, which can get you points if you can pay them off. But this one just allows you to discard them.
I'm going to then go back to the forest and grab one for each person I have there, which is 2.
Okay, well, this may surprise, but I'm also going to go to the guild hall. We're filling this puppy up quick. I'm going to build a card out of my hand. The building cards, when you build them, they have resources that they require you to pay. They have points that they're worth. This particular one, the smithy that I'm going to build, is worth 3 points at the end of the game. And then some of them have an immediate bonus, some have an in-game bonus for points. This particular one is going to give me 4 stone when I build it, and it costs 2 wood and 4 clay. So I pay those back to the bank. And I get the smithy, which gives me 4 stone. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to go to the quarry again, and this time I'll collect 2 stone plus 1 for my special apprentice down there.
Oh yeah, did you tell us? So your apprentice says every time you go to the quarry,
I get plus 1 stone.
1 additional stone. Okay, cool. Those apprentices just sit up in front of you and give you ongoing benefits at certain locations when you visit them.
I'm going to, again, go to the guild hall, and I'm going to bump up 1 by paying a card, and 4 wood.
So that's going to pay either 4 wood or 4 stone, or a combination of the two. And she's going to pay just straight up 4 wood, which moves her up to that 2nd level. So.
And for this one, I get plus 1 building and a bump on the virtue track.
Yep, so we'll give you a bump here for the yellow, going up to 11. And you get to take a building off the top of the deck. Just real quick on the cathedral here. So the first 2 levels of the cathedral can hold up to 3 players. This is the same in a 3, 4, or 5 player game. As you get up to the next 2 levels, it narrows down, and only 2 players can occupy those spots at any particular time. And then only 1 player, there's only 1 spot at the top of the guild track, the cathedral track, which is worth 20 points. But only 1 person can get there. So once you get there, it's locked in. I'm going to do our first King's Storehouse action. So I'm going to place 1 here in the King's Storehouse. King's Storehouse has 2 options of what you can do, and you can do 1 action per worker that you have there. So with 1, I can only do 1. But you can pay 2 of the main resources, either stone, wood, or brick, to move up once on the virtue track. Or you can pay a combination of either stone or wood, not brick, for 3 of those to take a marble. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just pay 2 of these stones that I collected to take a bump. It takes me to 5 on the virtue track, and now I can build a cathedral if I want to.
Alrighty. And then I'm going to actually come down to the workshop again, and this time, since I have 2 people there, I'm going to take 1 plus 1 building card.
Nice.
I'm going to also go here, but I'm only going to take 1 building card.
Okay, first person there can take 1 and then 1 additional if you have 2 or more there, or for every 2 you have there. I'm going to come back up here on the guild hall, so you'll see now we've already filled, in a 3-player game, only 4 spots there, so we're going to go down to the 2nd level. So we are tracking right along here with the game, and so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get in on the cathedral track here. Whoops, I already did that. So what I have to pay for that first level again is a gold. My ability again is I can use marble in place of gold, so I'm going to pay that. And then I'm going to play 1 building card out of my hand and just discard it, and I get on the cathedral track.
And your
my ability. I always forget the bonus.
2 bumps
just what I
on
need.
virtue.
Some virtue. Get me up from 5 to 7. So awesome. Just what I needed. Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of that hole. Get up there with you guys. Although you don't get points until you get to 10, so I got to keep moving in the right direction here.
Yeah, but when you get to 10, you also lose access to the black market.
Now I'm going to go to the silversmith for a 3rd time, and I'm going to pick up 4 silver.
Wow. Okay. Pretty soon we'll be talking about one of the main mechanics in the game. We won't spoil it quite yet, but the game is unique in that you start with 20 workers, and there's a mechanic to manipulate some workers here that we'll probably see pretty soon. But Emmy, your turn.
I'm going to go down here to the workshop. I'm going to pay 4 coins, 2 to the tax stand and 2 to the bank to get an apprentice. And so that means I can pick from here down, or I'm going to place a coin here to take this apprentice.
Okay, let's go ahead and slide those over then and fill that spot up.
My apprentice is the merchant, so when I go to the king's storehouse, I can trade 3 money in for a marble.
Interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go to the workshop for my first time, and I will... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't have the money yet to do that. Okay, let's track that then. I'm going to go to the tax stand, and since I'm already down here in the dregs, I just can't keep myself out of negative points on that virtue track. I'm going to go ahead and steal all the money in the tax stand. So when you do that, certain monies, as you've seen when we play, go to the tax stand. Certain monies go to the bank when you do certain things. But if you want to rob the tax stand, you come over here, you lose 2 virtues. So I went down from 7 to 5, but I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins that were in there. So, all right, rolling into money.
I am now going to go to the workshop, and I'm going to pay 3 coins, 1 to the tax stand, and 2 to the bank. Go ahead and pick up another apprentice. I'm going to pick up this acolyte here, actually.
I was going to go for it next. That's why I went over there. Dang it.
And so the acolyte allows me, anytime that I build in the cathedral, I get to draw an extra building card. And then also he immediately gives me the effect of 1 more bump on the virtue track.
Immediate bump. For purple. You're up to the top of that track. Let me just clarify. So the squire there, let's remember, so if you... That's in the...
When you do the black market reset, if you have nobody up here, you get a gold.
Okay, yeah. That's right. Okay. That's not going to happen for me. Oh, well.
No.
Not likely.
For my turn, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the forest and pick up 3 wood.
You had me for a second. I thought you were about to say you're going back to the guild hall.
Not yet.
Because that is what I will be doing. But you
Not yet.
First.
Yeah,
Yes,
me first.
Your turn.
Don't give away too much. Gosh, I really need... I'm going to go to the workshop for the first time now that I have the money to do it. Workshop has me paying 2 money to the tax stand and then 2 money to the bank for a total of 4. For being my first one down there, I can get one of the apprentices here for free, or I can move up that chain. I'm going to move up 1. I'm going to put 1 on the trader, and I'm going to take the swindler. I guess that goes along with what I'm doing. Swindler immediately will decrease me 1 on the virtue track, so I'm back down to 4. And then every time I go to the black market, I acquire 2 brick.
Alrighty, now I will be going to the guild hall.
Oh, gonna go build.
Yep, so I'm going to spend 1 card and 4 stone to move up 1 more time in the cathedral.
Up to the level 2.
Which will then give me 2 stone and 1 virtue.
So your virtue bump right now, the benefit would be that it, since you're at the top, would allow you to discard a debt.
Yes,
but you don't have any debts, so yeah, okay.
I'm going
to draw your card. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the king's storehouse and I'm going to spend 3 wood to get a marble.
That card of Arby's came from his apprentice, just as a reminder there. So. Oh, back to me already. Okay, I can no longer build at the cathedral at the moment, so I need to get my reputation up. I'm going to go back to the king's storehouse, so being my second person there, I could do one of these actions, or both of these actions, or one of them twice. 1 for each worker I have there. So I am going to go ahead and pay 2 stone to get a bump on the virtue, which gets me back to being able to do the cathedral. And then I could pay my last 2 resources. Oh, this hurts, but yeah, I got to stay out of the dregs there. So let's pay those last 2 resources to get 1 more bump on virtue and get me up to the 6. Arby?
Yep. I will be spending this turn to go to the town center for the first time.
Ah, okay. This is one of the unique mechanics or big catches of the game here. The town center. So the town center, for every worker you have there, you can pay 1 silver. The first time you do it, it goes to the tax stand. Arby's ability is he doesn't pay the first silver anywhere, so he's good. He doesn't have to pay that. And if you have additional people there, for every additional one, you can pay an additional coin to the bank to round up citizens. And so the idea, I guess, thematically, is once people start gathering too many in an area, there's something shady probably going on. So Arby's going to round up some citizens from somewhere on the board.
And I'm going to round my guys up from the silversmith, getting a little too crowded over there.
Okay, so one of your options is you can take your own and put them back on your board, or you can take somebody else's people and put them in a little holding spot here on your card. The holding spot does one of two things. Either just denies the other people from having their own workers unless they take an action over here at the guardhouse to get them off of your board, or you can deliver them by doing an action at the guardhouse to prison, and when you do that, you get 1 silver for every worker that you deliver. So...
Yes, I'm gonna go back to the guild hall.
Oh wow, this is moving right along.
Go up 1. I'm going to pay a card.
Discard a card. Building
and
card.
Do a
Marble.
marble.
And you get a reward.
And my reward is 1 gold and a bump on the virtue track.
There we go.
Thank you.
Alrighty, I have to get some resources. I'm going to go... Wow, do I go back to the black market? There's some good resources there, but no, I don't think so. I'm going to go to the mines. So my third worker in the mines, I think I'm going to go ahead and just take brick again. I just need resources, so you get 1 + 1 per worker. I've got 3 there, so I'll take 4. Arby?
Alrighty, and then I am going to go to the workshop.
Ooh.
And now that it's my 4th person, I can pick anyone out of the apprentices. So I'm going to pay my 1 tax and 2 to the bank.
With that 1 tax discount, yep.
Yep, and I'm going to pick up the jeweler at the end.
Ooh.
The jeweler says that whenever you go to the silversmith, you get +1 silver.
Start building up that silversmith again after you just cleared it out. Should have left him there.
I'm good.
All right.
For me, I'm going to... Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to go to the forest, so now I'm getting 4 wood.
Holy mackerel. All right, somebody's got to put an end to this stuff. So speaking of rounding up, I'm going to go to the town center. I'm going to pay the 1 tax, the 1 silver to the tax stand, and then I'm going to do a roundup. Gosh.
He's got 4 down here.
Yeah, I don't think you need... She's going to keep going up there for wood.
But she
Who
doesn't
needs
need the
a
wood
million
for
wood?
the cathedral.
Oh, well... How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So the next time she goes, she gets the cathedral build.
But he can take anybody.
Yeah,
and all
but
the
that
building
doesn't
cards he
change
can
now.
get.
Being swayed
that
here.
Doesn't change anymore.
No, all right.
forest
I'm
makes more
going here.
sense.
Well, then
There
you go
you
round them
go.
up. But I'm
This is
taking
crap.
I'm taking yellow. So I'm putting those 4 workers that I got from Emmy on my board. I'm holding them there for the moment. So, all right. Are we?
Yep.
Talk to me into it.
I gladly did. Gladly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to the town center now. And I'm only going to take the 1 free pull to pull my 4 guys out of the workshop.
Well, it was either going to be you or him, so whatever. Emmy, you're up. You don't want to pay 1 to go get some from somewhere else?
I'm good for now. I only got 1 silver in the coin purse, so
You must have a plan for that then. All right, cool.
Now, for me, I'm going to... I don't know. Because obviously I was going to go to the town center and round my people up.
Yeah, well, changed it up. So,
unfortunately,
as she's thinking here, so the guild hall, we got 1 more, and then we'll be kind of officially, I guess, halfway through the game. When we move down and put the first person on the 3rd line, we're going to trigger what we call a black market reset. So we'll go over that in detail once we get there and do it. But we're getting close to that first reset, and there's a second reset when we get down to the last 4 workers that we're going to be placing here in a 3-player game. So And then again, the end of the game is triggered by placing that fourth worker for a 3-player game on that last line. And then we'll all go around and have one more turn, including the person who triggered the end of the game.
Well, I guess I'll go here and get another wood.
Wow. Okay. We're going to go gobble all that wood up. Alrighty. I need to go clear some people out of prison. So I'm going to come over here. First guardhouse action we've seen. You can just place a worker in the guardhouse. Guardhouse has 4 options of what you can do. You can place, you can do 1 action per worker that you have at that location. One of them is you can pay a silver.
No, you get a silver.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you get a silver for every person that you deliver to prison. Or you can just go there and release your people, get your people out of prison. The next one is you can pay 5 silver, 2 to the tax stand, 3 to the bank, or you can take a debt and a virtue, lose a virtue to round up your people off of someone else's board. If they have them in their holding area, you can take them back. And then the last thing is if you have a debt, you can pay off a debt by paying 3 silver to the tax stand and 3 to the bank, so a total of 6. And then it allows you to flip a debt from the side that gives you -2 points at the end of the game to when you flip it, you get 1 bump on the virtue track. So it goes from a negative thing to a positive thing. So anyway, after that long explanation, I am going to go there and I'm going to clear my 4 out of prison because at the black market reset, you do not want to have a bunch of people in prison.
Nope.
So, all right, that's me. Arby?
Alrighty, I'm going to be headed to the quarry.
Ooh,
I'm
third
gonna
person
pick
at
up
the quarry.
4 stone.
All right, Amy?
Well, I guess I'll go to the town center and I'll pay a tax to round up Arby's people.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Punch him in the face.
He's the one who rounded up your people.
I'm going to
You're the one who
come...
talked him into it.
Yeah, but here he's going to get another 2 gold if he goes there.
Oh, I'm looking at this black market again. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go here to the black market, and I'm going to pay 1 coin.
And take 1 virtue.
And that
out.
goes to the bank. Yep, going to go down 1 virtue, and then I'm going to collect what's here in the small black market, which right now is a marble and a stone. Thank you. Need those resources.
Indeed, indeed. I'm going to head to the quarry again, and I'm going to get 2 stone this time.
Okay. And
I'm going to go to the forest and get 2 more wood.
Man, this is becoming a habit, but I'm going to go to the King's Storehouse again. I've got 3 workers there now, so I'm going to pay 2 clay, and then I think 2 clay again. I could do it 3 times, but I'm just going to do it twice. I'm going to pay those 4 clay to get 2 bumps back up on the virtue so I can stay out of the negatives.
Arby?
Yep. I am going to head over to the King's Storehouse, and I'm going to cash in 3 stone for a marble.
Yep, another
Thank
action
you.
there. Your first one there, so you up just the 1 transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, surprise. I'm going to go back to the forest and get 3 wood.
I know what you're trying to do. Okay, I'm going to go to the mines. Right now, I got 4 of them at the mine. This time I'm going to take 2 gold, I believe. Yeah, let's do the 2 gold. That's valuable for me.
Alrighty. I am going to now go to the quarry and get 3 stone.
I'm going to go to the guild hall again. I'm going to build at the cathedral with 1 card.
Go ahead.
Get rid of 1 card and pay 8 wood.
8 wood, all wood. You can do a combination of wood or stone at that level. She's got all 8 wood. And then you get is that the last one? Yeah,
Yep.
there are a limited number of reward cards. She's going to get the last reward card for a bump on the virtue track
And a building.
free building. Anybody who goes to the cathedral now to build the cathedral is going to get just one bump on the virtue track. I need to quickly fix something here. I did not, when I went to this black market last turn, get my 2 clay. So I'm going to grab 2 clay there.
You're good.
Just to get even there. And then, what do I need? I need that. Best way is probably over here. I'm going to go to the forest. I've got 2 in the forest. I'm going to take 2 wood. Maybe doesn't have the wood cornered over there.
Alrighty. I'm going to go to town center.
Ooh, rounding some people up.
Yep.
Your first one's free for your discount. Yeah,
So
gonna grab my
here
4.
for free.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pay 1 silver. Do another roundup, and I'm gonna take these
Ooh,
3 from
everybody
the
gets some
forest.
yellow. All right, Amy. Remember, you can do the action over at the guardhouse if you need to get your people, but you need money.
Yeah.
Go get a money right here.
Got a silversmith.
Get all
got
that
a
tax stand, silversmith. Yeah.
For right now, I think I am gonna just go to the silversmith and get 2 coins. Father.
Okay. I will. Want to go ahead and do this now? No. I will. I'm gonna go back to the forest. Give me 3 more wood. That's resources. Resources is resources.
Alrighty, I'm heading over to the guardhouse, and I'm gonna throw all these hooligans
Oh man.
that I got.
How many is it?
It's 7
7.
into the prison, so I get 7 silver.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Good cash.
Thank you.
My people weren't doing nothing. They were just hanging out. We were watching what her people were doing. She was the one that was causing trouble.
I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna pay 1 to the tax and 1 to the bank. I'm gonna round up 2 groups of people.
Oh.
The first group of people is going to be these.
Oh, those purple ones. Yeah, I like that.
And
Leave the blue ones alone. You need more yellow ones.
the next group I'm going to round up is.
Don't touch those 3 blues.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
I've been thinking.
It's been stockpiling that wood over there.
You need some of your own folks.
It's
I'll
true.
figure
You only
it
got
out.
1 person left.
All right. She's going to go to the guardhouse and break them out a bit.
Maybe. Not before we get to have a little fun.
All right. Took 3 of mine. Yep. Okay. You deserve what you get. That's all I can say. I'm going to go back to the prison. To the guardhouse, I should say. And so I've got 2 there now, so I can do 2 of the actions. I'm going to deliver these 4 yellows to take 4 monies.
You guys are making this hard.
Yeah.
Stop getting your people all round up in the same place. Stop visiting them damn forests.
Yeah, don't go hang out in the forest. It's shady stuff going on in the forest.
Says the one who's in the forest.
Yeah, well, I'm the only one there now. You left me there, so you drove me out there and took off.
Are you
so.
going to take a second action?
Yeah, the second one is I'm going to go ahead and break these out of
Your hooligans.
prison. I'm not breaking them out. I'm paying their bail.
Yeah.
Paying bail for them, getting them out there.
Sure.
Now all of a sudden the prison is full of yellow workers.
Yes,
what you
it
gonna do with that
is.
last worker?
And I am
Emmy?
headed over to the guild
Oh
hall.
no, bad timing for Emmy. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna see our first market reset. So go ahead and do your turn, and at the end of your turn, we'll do the market reset.
So I'm going to pay 1 card and a marble to move up 1 in the guild hall, which will then just give me 1 virtue bump. Doesn't do anything for me over there, but it will trigger now the black market reset.
Black market reset. I'm gonna just read it through. It's just a couple of steps here, but just to make sure we don't miss anything, I'll read real quick here. Black market reset. All workers currently in the black market are moved to prison. So my 2 will go over to prison. Visit all those yellow hooligans over there. The top small market card gets flipped. So this will change. So these have a front and a back. The large is on the back. So now on the large market, if you go there, you get a gold, 2 wood, and a stone. And if you go to the small market, you get 2 gold. Next is the player with the black market reset board. Anybody who has, who has abilities that trigger off of the black market can do them. I don't think any of us have apprentices right now that do that. Okay. Then all players with 3 or more workers in prison lose a virtue. So yellow's going to slide down one. And then the player with the most workers in prison takes a debt card. So Emmy gets a debt card. Again, if she can't flip that by the end or get rid of it by the end of the game, she loses 2 victory points, but she's only 3 virtue pushes away from being able to flip that over.
Well, just
discard it. I'm sorry, discard it. So, all right. Well, that was Arby's turn. That was exciting.
This Emmy's turn now.
And we're definitely over halfway through the game now.
Yep. Eyeing that prison over there. Emmy's going to the guardhouse to gather her people out of the jail.
Imagine
now.
that. Yeah, that was one turn too late. Arby got you there big time.
I almost tagged both of you with it, but you were wising up.
Well, now that that's happened, I'm going to go ahead and go up here to the guild hall, and I will go ahead and I'm going to build the aqueduct. So the aqueduct is going to be 3 points at the end of the game. It's going to cost me 2 clay. It's going to cost me 3 wood. And it's going to cost me 1 gold. And let me just make sure I want to pay gold, because again, I can pay marble if I need to. But I'll pay that. This doesn't have anything instant. It's just at the end of the game, I'm going to get 1 point for every building that I've built throughout the game. And so I'm at 2 buildings right now. So, and it's Arby's turn.
Yes, it is. Oh, I forgot to draw a building card, actually. I forgot one of my acolyte allows me to draw an extra building card.
Keeping up with those apprentices is important, yeah.
And I am going to use that card to go to the guild hall again.
Back to the guild hall, man.
And I'm going
flying
to
along.
cash in another building and 8 stone to move up 1 more time in the cathedral.
So if you did it with all wood, you did it with all stone.
Yep.
Wow.
And that would, again, give me another bump on the virtue, but I'm at the top.
So you could get rid of a debt, but you don't have
Get a
it.
card.
Emmy would like, you get your card. Emmy would like to have you
card.
get rid of that debt for her, but I don't think you want to do that.
No, I think I'm good.
You want to forego that option?
Not a tax collector.
No. All right, we're getting down close to we're about in the last third, maybe last quarter of the game here now. Think hard. At the end, of course, we'll run through in-game scoring and show you where we all finished up.
I'm going to...
Don't think too hard.
Shush it. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put all of these people in jail, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins.
Wow. 9, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And I technically would have another action there, but I'm not going to do it because I don't have anyone to break out.
You could flip a debt.
I don't.
6 money?
I have that money now.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to use it on the same turn as I get it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
You do those actions in any order that you want.
So it'd be 3 to the tax stand and 3 to the bank.
You pay 1 less. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's for the apprentices.
For
Yep.
apprentice only.
Yep.
Which I did not do.
And
when I
then
got my
she'll
apprentice,
flip her
but
debt,
that's
which will give her 1 bump on the virtue track.
Oh, there you go. Went from minus 2 points to made up 2 points. There's a 4-point swing for you there on the track. Gosh, am I going to be able to build this one before the game is over? Yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm going to go visit the workshop, and I need a particular person with a particular set of skills. So we didn't point it out before, but some of the building cards, I'll go ahead and just show this one here, have requirements of different types of apprentices that specialize in different things, and you have to have that combination to be able to build the building. So I need one with an axe, and so the trader is sitting there. Trader here, trader there.
Woodcutter.
So this trader.
This one is a stone trader.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. So I need this one up here then. Oh boy, so that's going to cost me a coin, isn't it?
No, you have 2
you have
people
two
there.
people there, so you can take them for free.
Okay, good. And I got to pay 4, so I got to pay 2 to here, and 2 to the bank, 2 to the tax stand, 2 to the bank, and then I will go ahead and take that trader. Yes, Thanks for reminding me about the 4. So the trader is anytime I go to the King's Storehouse, as one of the actions that I do in addition to the 2 that are options on the board, I can also now trade 2 wood for a marble.
All right, Arby.
Alrighty. I'm going to head over to the quarry and collect 4 stone.
And... oh, she's going to raid the tax stand. She's taking the 2 hits on the virtue. She got that debt paid off. Now she's going to go do that. I was going to need to do that.
4, 5, 6,
yeah, count them out.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coins.
Nice move.
12 silver from the tax stand, you
Well timed.
criminals.
Well timed. That was good.
Filthy animals.
So that changes what I'm going to do a little bit here. I'm going to go to the forest. I'm going to go get 4 wood.
Arby, I think you should go and round up some of his people.
Some of his
Uh-oh,
people.
come on.
You got 4 people right there.
Wow.
You need the money more than I.
Yeah, I'm not that desperate.
Let's just
for
play in your own sandbox over
coin.
there.
Oh, trust me, I will. I am going to go over to the guardhouse to
break
release
yours
all
out.
my people from the jail.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
And then I don't have really a second action to take, so it will be the end of my turn.
2 workers there, but only want to do 1. Okay, yep. Don't have any on anybody's boards. Nope.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to pay
4.
actually 3 because
3.
I haven't been doing it this way, but I'm going to be paying 3 there, but I will, so that puts me here.
Yep.
But I will pay 1 coin to
go
get
and
the
grab
laborer.
the laborer.
Oh.
The laborer has no ability, but he automatically comes with all 3 of the
Symbols. Yeah, for building buildings, so that's nice. I'm gonna, before we have another black market reset here in a minute, I'm gonna go get my people out of jail, set my people free. Harvey?
Alrighty, I'm gonna head to the mines and gather 2 bricks.
Okay.
2 clay.
I'm going to go
I'm sorry, 2. Yes.
I'm going to go here and I'm going to get another gold because I have 2 people there.
I am gonna go to the quarry. I don't know if I've ever been to the quarry in this game. I'm gonna go to the quarry and get a stone.
Arby?
Yes. I'm headed over to the mines to gather a gold.
I'm going to go here, and that'll be my second person, so I'm going to do 2 actions. I'm going to pay 3 to get a marble, and then I'm going to do that again for my second action and pay another 3 to get a second marble.
Let's see what she's doing.
Yes, I do. Fortunately, I can't stop her.
Alright, I need some building cards, so I'm going to go down there. I have 3 down there now, so it's 1 plus 1 for every pair. So that's going to get me 2 building cards off the top of the deck.
Alright, Arby.
I'm going to head to the quarry again to gather now 5 stone.
I'm going to go to the guild hall.
Imagine that.
I'm going to get rid of a building. I'm going to move up there with 2 marble and 2 gold. And I get a bump up on that track.
Bump on virtue up to the 12 spot. Okay, I see what's going on here, and I'm going to go ahead and trigger the last parts of the game here, the last row. I'm going to do here, which is going to trigger a black market reset. I'm going to build a card from my hand, a building from my hand, and I'm trying to decide which of these I'd like to build. Decisions are hard. I'm going to build the tavern. The tavern says I pay, well, let's see, let's pay the resources first. It's going to be 3 wood. It's going to be 2 stone. And it's 1 gold. I am actually going to substitute a marble for that. And get rid of all those. It also required me to have the hatchet symbol. So I have that with one of my apprentices, the trader down here. And then this is just going to be an immediate benefit. It's going to give me 6 points at the end of the game. And then the immediate benefit is I get to recruit a assistant. An apprentice. I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out the word for it. An apprentice for free. So I can just take anybody from the apprentices And this late in the game, it's probably not a huge deal. But let's take. Well, the trader's got money on him here. Let's take him just to get the silver coins. Pick that up, thank you. And this trader says that when I go to the king's storehouse, I can exchange 2 stone for a marble if I like. Okay, Arby.
Yep. I am going to head to the king's storehouse, and I'm going to cash in 6 stone for 2 marble. Thank you.
I'm going to
Yeah, getting close to the end here. 3 more workers, and then we'll be triggering that end game.
Oh, we didn't do the black market reset, but this should have.
Oh, yes. Sorry. We would have moved everybody to the prison. We would have flipped the cards here, and then we would have done the things for the people with most or 3 in prison. But at that time, the prison happened to be all cleared out, so we didn't lose anything there. Just needed to flip the small market and large market, black market cards.
I'm going to go here and pick up 5 of these clay.
Alrighty, I'm gonna be.
Oh, me.
Oh, true. My bad.
I am. Man, black market's attractive over there for me again, as usual. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back to the guild hall. Getting close to end game here. I'm going to build another building out of my hand. I'm going to build the silver market, which is going to requires a artisan. I think it is the paintbrush symbol. It requires 2 wood, which I have, 1 gold that I have, 1 marble that I have. It's going to be 6 points at the end of the game. And if I happen to finish the game with the most money, most coins, I will get 2 additional victory points. So I'm not counting on that. I'm just doing it for the 6 points, really. Okay, Arby.
I will now be headed to the forest for a wood.
Okay, so here's another fun thing that you get to do.
Uh-oh.
If you run out of people,
Oh!
your next turn
I
is
didn't-
spent completely just picking 1 person up from anywhere on the board.
Wow, that's uncool. Yeah, I didn't even notice you had run out of people there. All right, so what do I need to do? If I'm gonna pull this gem off, I need to go. First, let's go to the town center. I'm running low on people. I've got 2 in the town center. I'm gonna pay 1 to the tax stand to round up my people from the forest. And my people like hanging out in the forest for some reason.
You and me both. What's going on in the forest?
And I'm going to pay another one, the second one, to the bank because I have a second person there, which will allow me to do a roundup.
Of Arby's people in the quarry because he gets
Or
an extra
Emmy's
stone
people in
per
the
time.
mines?
He gets an extra benefit from it.
You guys are
I
so
don't.
convincing. No, I gotta do what I need to do here. Do I have enough people?
You also
No.
have 3 people here and 3 people down there.
Yeah, that was my thought. Is I probably don't need my 3 people over
Probably,
there.
yeah, you probably don't need the people at the guard.
I'm gonna grab my people. I'm gonna make sure I've got enough to finish this game. Although I don't know, only 2 rounds left. Man, I'm indecisive.
What are you gonna do with them there? They're not gonna get anything in the guardhouse
Well,
anyway.
if I grab yours, it's not gonna matter. Yeah,
Exactly,
I'm gonna
that's
go
what
ahead.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna go ahead and just take.
Might as well hold on to your people.
No, actually, there's a whole other reason. I'm gonna take yours. 4 purple, right there, done.
Okie dokie.
Because you need money, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Alrighty, I'm headed to the forest again, and I'll get 2
2
wood
wood.
this time.
Yep.
What you
I'm
gonna do
going
with
to
your lady over there now?
go there, so I spend 1 to the tax to pick up these people,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have the ability to do more, so I'll do another 1 to pick up my people from here.
Mm.
One more time? Going again?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'll stay there. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay, I keep looking at this card, hoping stuff will change, but it's not.
Still costs the same amount, pal.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to
The black market.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide the little. Oh, I can't go to the big. Oh,
You're too broke.
that changes things a little bit.
Oh, he's got that
Let's
tax thing.
go over there and deliver your 4 to prison for 4 money.
4 silver.
Yeah. Is that right? Is that
All
what I want to
good.
do?
All good.
Oh, you know what? No, hold on. If we're gonna do this, let's do it right. I'm not gonna go to there yet. I'm gonna go to the town center. I got 3 people there. I'm gonna pay 1 to the tax stand to round up mine here. Oh no, gosh! I'm gonna pay 1 to the tax stand to round up these 3 yellows. I need more people. And then the second one, I will pay to the bank to round up again. And now the question is it my people? Or, yeah, actually that one I will go ahead and round up mine. Okay, Arby.
Okie dokie. I am going to head over to the guild house
Oh, Guild Hall.
to
1 more.
build the lighthouse for 3 wood, 1 stone, and 2 marble. And that card makes it's 6 victory points automatically, and then also at the end of the game, 1 extra victory point for every 4 virtue I have.
Oh, wow. You're up at 14, so it'd be 3 extra victory points, which is big in this game.
I'm gonna go here and
Silversmith? Yep.
Yep, the silversmith, and that's gonna get me 3 coins.
3 coins for 2 people there. Yep. Okay, this is ending quick, so I got to go over here. I'm going to deliver these 4, 5, 6, 7 to prison.
For 7 silver.
7 silver. And then you can go ahead and go, Irving. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm gonna head to the quarry for 2 stone.
I'm going to head to the storehouse, and I'm going to do 2 of my actions of this, paying 3 coins to get 2 marbles. And then I'm going to pay 2 of these to get a bump here.
Got 3 people there at the King Storehouse. Okay, yep. All right, let's do it. I'm going to go visit the tax stand, rob the tax stand, down 2 on the virtue, and then take this cold
Back
hard
into
cash.
the negatives.
Yeah, but I got this money, so.
I'm gonna head to the quarry again and get 3 stone this time.
Okay, Amy? Just while we're thinking here, so there is a limit on the table of normally of 5 apprentices. I think we mentioned that Amy's ability is to break that. And then there was a limit of, was it 6 or 7?
6 building cards.
6 building cards
I
in your
think.
hand. Yeah, at any particular time, I think. So, okay. I am going to go to the quarry, and I'm going to get 2 stone for my 2 workers there.
Right, Arby?
I'm gonna spend my last guy over here to come over to the guardhouse and take my people out.
I'm gonna come over here to the quarry and pick up 2 more stone.
Okay. I'm going to go to the King's Storehouse, and I'm going to pay 2 stones to take a bump on the virtue. Gets me off the -1.
I am also gonna head over to the storehouse and I'm gonna cash in 3 stone for a marble.
Got it.
I'm going to
Scream.
thinking about it. I'm gonna go here
Oh, sugar in the end of the game.
Damn.
to build. I have all 3 of them here for 4 stone, 2 wood, 3 stone, and 2 marble. It automatically gets me a bump here.
On the virtue track? Yeah,
on the
to the
virtue
top.
track.
Okay, is that it?
That is it. So
All right.
everyone gets 1 more turn.
So at this point, it'll be 1 more turn around the table, and then we will do our final scoring. So that makes things important. I think I've got the most money locked up, so I'm good there. I get some points there. I'm not going to be able to build this card. So the only question is, can I do anything that's going to get me any points? I would need 4 virtue to get a point, so that's not going to happen. And to move up 2 points here on the cathedral track, I would need to have 4 resources, which I don't have. Gosh, the pickings are looking slim here. I could go round up a bunch of people. That's not going to help me. I don't believe there's anything. Oh, some of the resources are worth something at the end of the game.
So if you can go cash them in at the storehouse, that would be good.
Or go to the black market, I'm thinking possibly. Gold and marble are worth a point each. Here I would lose 3 coins. So let's do that. I'm going to lose 3 coins. Which I think still keeps me ahead of you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, and you've got 7. So if you can pick up a couple. But I'll do that. I'm going to pay the 3. I'm going to lose the virtue. So I'm going to lose a point there. But I'm actually going to net 2 points. Or yeah, get 2 points. So I'll net 1 by taking a marble, a gold, a stone, and a wood. Okay.
I will spend my last action heading over to the King's Storehouse, and I'm going to convert 3 more stone into another marble.
Points, yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, Amy, your last play here.
Yep, and I'm not sure what I want to do, because what I really want to do is get 1 more bump on the virtue track, but my only resource is 1 clay.
Need that bump for?
To get rid of my debt, obviously.
Oh, you have a debt? Oh, no, you already flipped your debt. Your debt's fine. Yeah, you don't need to get rid of it.
Her card she turned over was if she has 0 debt.
Is it? Oh, it's 0 at all.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, if you want to check on that real quick.
Yeah, I could check. I believe so, but yeah.
It should be the other one, no? Other book?
Yes.
There we go.
But I'm thinking I need to have 0 debt, and the only way to get rid of it.
It's called the University. It'll be on the right side because it's end of game scoring.
If they have no unpaid debts, so you're good.
So I'm good.
Yes.
Yep.
So then I'm just doing whatever I can this turn.
To gain whatever little points you got.
Yep. So either try to get some resources, some money. Every 10 money's worth a point.
I have no money, so I'm not getting 10.
You lose a point for every 2 people in prison, so you could make up 1 point just by breaking them out if you like.
Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you for
say
reminding
something
me.
about getting silver. It would have been technically more worthwhile for me to grab that silver.
Nice that they're all printed here down on the bottom of the card. It shows you what all the in-game scoring is. But that is going to complete our play. And so what we'll do now is we'll just take a shortcut. We'll go back to the picture of us, and we'll count up our final points. Okay, and now we're back to final scoring. So we'll run through this. I'll just tally it up here manually. Let's put me, RB, and ME. I'll just write down the amounts as we go. So again, everything that you score is down here on the bottom of the player card. I'll just show that here real quick on this camera if I can. I'm not sure how well that's going to pick it up with the glare. But everything is down at the bottom that you score at the end of the game. So we'll just go across. So the first thing we're going to score is your buildings. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this building that I didn't use. Just throw it out of the way here. So for buildings, just the raw points at the top of the buildings. Starting, I guess I wrote my name first. So 6, 12, 15, 18. So I got 18 just for victory points on my buildings. Harvey?
I got 6.
6. And Emmy?
11.
11. Okay.
Then we want to do points at the end of game scoring on the cards as well.
Yeah, we can do that. So if they gave you any kind of in-game scoring, I have one that gave me a point for every building that I built. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have one that gave me 2 points if I had the most gold, which
you did.
I did. So I get 6 points for that, and then that's it. My other 2 were just instants, so 6.
And then I'm going to get 3 points because I get 1 point for every 4 virtue I have, and I have 14.
I'm getting 2 points.
For?
Having no
for having no
unpaid
debt.
No unpaid debts. Gotcha. Okay. And I'll just keep a running total here. Next thing is going to be where we finished on the cathedral track. So we'll just go from the top here. Amy finished at the top with 20 points. Nicely done. RB was second, right behind her at 12 points.
Yep.
And I barely got on the board there at 2 points. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. I got to admit. Okay. Then next we have
Virtue.
where you were on the virtue track. So both of you, again, is going to hurt a little bit.
7.
We're at 7.
And you get, what, minus 1?
Yeah, big minus 1.
1
Okay. Next is going to be unpaid debts. So nobody has any unpaid debts, so we'll just leave that. Marble and gold, 1 each. I have 1 of each, so I'll have 2 points.
I have 3 total.
I have 0.
Emmy was 0. All right. Next is going to be 1 point for every 10 gold that you have.
None of us have 10, I don't think. Or unless you went
4,
and picked up
6,
silver.
8, 9. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, silver. Yep, silver coins. So 1 short, so none of us got any points there. And then the last thing is you minus 1 point for every person you have over there in the prison.
Nobody
Every
in
2
prison.
people.
Every 2 people, I'm sorry. Minus 1 for every 2 people in prison. And nobody has any. So anything we missed?
Prison? I don't,
Don't
think so.
Okay, let me do some quick math here, and I'll call them out as I get them. So me, it's 26, 27, 28. Minus 1 is 27 for Rob. RB is going to be 12, 18, 21, 24, 31. Nice. Beat the old man. And then Emmy is going to be 20, 31, 33, 40. 40 even. Wow. Nice spread. Way to go, Emmy. Here we go. So Emmy had 40, RB had 31, and I had 27. So Dad finishes last.
No.
No?
I have 39.
39? Oh, can I give you an extra point?
Yep.
Okay. 39. I'll take it. 39. RB feels better about that. I don't. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's playthrough. Our intention is we're going to keep trying to play through at least the whole West Kingdom series. There's 3 games in the series, and they are very different from one another. So if you liked what we did here today, please give us a thumbs up and a like on the site, and keep an eye out for the next video. Hopefully once every week or 2 weeks, we're going to post up another one of these videos. But saying goodnight, or hopefully you enjoyed the play. I'm Rob.
I'm Emmy.
And I'm RB.
And we are the Beans and Dice Podcast, a podcast about
how we
game.
Bye.